Now, with respect to the transition to grade 10, I had informed the Kenyans that the government is ready to transition to grade 10 from grade 9. And the preparation have been done. Over this year, we got an allocation of 950 million to Kcse to retool the teachers so that they are able to receive the grade 9 who are joining in January next year. As you are aware, the transition is going to be in 3 pathways, that is sports and arts, social sciences, and STEM. So the students have already been piloted. The piloting was done in July on how to select schools, on how to select pathways, and now they are undertaking the examinations. The examinations for grade 9 to transition to grade 10 will have an accumulative marks of 60% because the other 40% is what they've already acquired in the process of being in junior school. So the government is ready to transition. The teachers have been trained, and as you are aware, this year 2024 we didn't have Form 1, so the whole infrastructure for Form 1s in secondary schools is available to receive these students. And number 2, the Form 4s who are doing their exams now will be leaving the institution, so we'll have like 2 main streams available for grade 9. So in terms of infrastructure, the schools are ready, the assessments were done, and the allocations were done, and they are all ready to receive the students. All we are doing is asking the Kenyans that as the students undertake the exams, allow them to do the examinations without interference and without any form of malpractice, so that whatever grade they get, the government is ready to do the 100 transition to their institutions and to the courses that they are competent in. That is ongoing, and this year we have a total of 3.4 billion candidates taking the exams. That is in Kpsea, Kjsea, and Kcse. This is the largest number of examination enrollment that has been done in this country, and we need each and everyone to have their hands on board so that we have a smooth transition. We have a smooth transition to grade 9, and our Form 4s do their best as they are undertaking the exams. So I'm taking this opportunity again to wish all our candidates the very best and to just inform them that the government has their back.
Waziri, mmewapangiaje wanafunzi wa vyuo vikuu? Siku 38. Je, kuna matumaini kwa wanafunzi hao kurejea shuleni?
Yes, thank you for that question. As you are aware, the university lecturers and the university workers went on strike in the month of September, and the basic issues that they raised were about 3 issues. The first issue was the arrears for the CBA of 2017-2021, and the second one was the July installment that had not been released by September for the CBA of 2021-2025, and the third issue was the negotiation at the beginning of each cycle of the CBA of 2025-2029. Now, with respect to the arrears of July for the CBA of 2021-2025, which was amounting to 2.73 billion, that sum was released at the end of September, but it was released after they had issued the strike notice. So that issue has already been resolved because the 2021-2025 CBA had a figure of 9.7 billion. 4.3 was paid in 2024-2025 financial year. 2.73 was to be paid in the financial year 2025-2026. That was the installment that fell due in July. It delayed, but it has since been paid in September. And the third installment is due to be paid in July next year in the financial year 25-26. 27. So with respect to the CBA of 2021-2025, that issue has been settled, and it's not one now that is on the table for negotiation. Now, with respect to the issue of the CBA of 2017-2021, there was an issue as to the amount outstanding. That CBA had a total of 16.6 billion. 8.8 billion had been paid, and then the worst was the unions claimed that there was a balance of 7.9 billion. However, SRC at the initial stages indicated to us that 7.2 billion of the 7.9 billion had already been paid by universities, and the balance was 624 million. That decision or that figure was not agreed upon. So what we did then is to ask the IPPCU, the organization that deals with the unions from the university side, to get all the payrolls from the universities and go through the figures as to how much has been paid. That exercise was done from Friday last week all the way to the day before yesterday. So as we speak today, there was a meeting taking place at 10 o'clock. It was supposed to start at 10 o'clock between the university and the unions, and I've been here the whole day, so I don't know yet what the outcome of that meeting was. That meeting had 3 issues to deal with. One was to deal with how much is actually outstanding. What is the actual figure outstanding from the CBA of 2017-2021. Once that figure is agreed upon, then they were to discuss on how then do we settle this amount that is agreed. And once they agree on the mode or the installments of installment, they would then work on the return to work formula. So I don't know the outcome of that meeting. I'll be able to know it by the end of today once my team gives me that report. The other issue they were to deal with is on the issue of starting to negotiate based on the beacons that SRC has given of the 25-29 CBA, which is at the beginning of its cycle. So those are the 2 issues that have been outstanding that they are dealing with, and I believe and trust that they'll come to an agreement and our students would go back to class. However, the universities have been instructed that once there is a return to work formula, the time that has been lost by the students, the 5 or 6 weeks that have been lost, will have to be created. These extensions need to be done so that the students do not miss the programs or the studies that they were supposed to do within that period. So that is the discussion that is going on. We needed to be sure about what is the outstanding amount that is due, and that is what caused the delay. But once it is agreed on, we believe that is going to be sorted out.
Waziri, yes. Kindly if you can speak to the issue of staffing for Kcse junior school, and also in terms of skills equipping.
No, the junior school issues, I don't know what you mean. Probably you're talking about the teachers.
Staffing.
The staffing, but the staffing for the junior school has been done. As you are aware, we've already employed 76,000 teachers for junior school, and we're also doing a bulk of whom went to junior school, and we're doing another 24,000 to be in class by January this coming year. And as I've said, we received a figure of 950 million to retool all teachers in this new curriculum of competency-based education. And we are working towards ensuring that there is optimal allocation of teachers. As you are aware, we've been undertaking a verification exercise as a ministry on our basic education facilities, including how many schools do we have, including how many students do we have, what are the names of those children, in what grades are they, so that with this data would then be able to make informed decisions based on evidence. And that will help us, for example, reallocate teachers. For example, if we find that a school has more teachers than they should, then it will be we'll use that data to rationalize the distribution of teachers across the country. So we are doing something in this sector to just ensure that we are coherent in the way we handle our matters. Thank you very much.
Kidogo tu dakika moja labda. Tunaelewa wazi kwamba wanafunzi wa shule za sekondari msingi wanashiriki mtihani. Labda utueleze zile mbinu ambazo serikali itatumia kuhakikisha kwamba hao wanafunzi wanavuka madaraja na kujiunga na shule za upili za daraja la juu.
I have already answered that question and said that we put measures in place to ensure that the students who are doing their education from grade 9 to grade 10, they'll transition based on the paths. The ones who are doing Form 4, Kcse, you know very well that we have universities to where they are going. Last year, we transitioned 28% of the students who did the exams, and the other 72% joined or were in the process of joining these other tertiary institutions, including TVETs, KMTC, teachers training colleges, etc. Others are going to private institutions, others are going out of the country. So the government has put in place available places to ensure that whatever grade you get, there is a space for you. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Thank you so much.